How's it going, Blues fans? My name is Eco Play, creator of the Blue Blog here on YouTube and on Instagram as well, and I am back with probably the craziest game, one of the craziest I've ever witnessed, ever, in my history of watching hockey. Seriously, a roller coaster of emotions. I don't know about the rest of the Blues fans out there, but for me, I was about 30 seconds away from breaking my keyboard over somebody's head. I don't care who. I was 2 seconds away. 2 seconds away of just walking down the street, walking into a Circle K, and saying, I'm sorry for this, and I'm going to do this right now. Because the St. Louis Blues put up an absolute stinker, but then, come back. and they come back. That's all I could say. No more stalling. Let's talk about the game. First period, poop. First period was poop. The only good line out here was the Thomas line. Honestly, the only line who showed up for the full 60 minutes. The Thomas line would score first. Buchnevich with a 6 saucer on the back end that set Thomas up for a somewhat sort of breakaway, and he would rip this far side, top corner. This is Thomas' 13th of the year, and Buchnevich is the assist on that at 3:04. But still, the Blackhawks, they responded insanely well. They came in, they have the offensive zone puck time. They're cycling around. They're working hard. Connor Bedard's behind the net. What does he do? Hits us with the fucking Michigan. The Michigan. Connor Bedard. Listen, when I don't know who it was. Maybe Trevor Zegras, somebody. When somebody attempted it for the first time I ever saw it live happen. When Zegras attempted it on us, on Ville Husso, I was so happy that it just somehow went on Ville Husso's pad. Because I was sitting there. I was like, oh my God. That would be the most embarrassing thing if you're a fan of the team and your team gets Michigan on. And what do you know? Connor Bedard, we're going to be stuck against this guy for the next 12 years. Fantastic player. He works hard. He's good. I respect the hell out of him. I hate the hell out of Chicago, though. And the Chicago Blackhawks, Connor Bedard, hits us with the Michigan to tie this game. And was I fuming? Was I fuming with embarrassment? I was pissed because I know people are going to text me too saying, look what Connor Bedard did against your team, you idiot. And I'll be like, yeah, my team sucks. And I would continue to say my team sucks until about halfway through the third period. But we're not there yet. And quite literally 30 seconds later, Bolivier would tip one. I'm pretty sure it was a tip. I don't fully remember. I was driving home. But Bolivier, yeah, it was. Tip one in front from Tenorti, and Bennington, so far on these goals, had no chance. So far, seriously, no chance. We are playing silly. We're not boxing out in front. We're not making it hard on the Blackhawks to score goals, right? We're making it really easy for them. So far in the first 4 minutes and 12 seconds, it is a 2-1 game in favor of Chicago. Chicago would keep bringing it, I felt like. The only time where Chicago wouldn't bring it is when this Thomas line is on the ice. Whenever they're on the ice, they worked, and they're so good. Kyrou with the speed. Buchnevich is just a great playmaker, and Thomas with his edge work. Some of the most beautiful edge work I've ever seen in my life. Seriously. I may be sucking him off a little bit too much, but some of the best edge work I've ever seen. He is so good on his edges. He makes so much time and space using his skating and his edge work, and just works. And they keep working, they keep pounding, nothing going. Then the second line comes out, and the second, third, and fourth line absolutely ghost. I feel like maybe later in this first period, Kapanen would have the chance on the backhand, missed the net. We all know Kapanen can't finish a freaking chance to save his life. He cannot score. That guy cannot score. One of the most skilled players, I promise you, and fast players on this team cannot score to save his life. Cannot finish. Finishing 0% on Jay Fresh's player cards. Atrocious. But the St. Louis Blues, especially with the final 5 minutes of this period, they would, start generating momentum slowly but surely, and it all stemmed from the Thomas line working, and then the other lines would come in, do a little something, and, it was progress. Then Robert Thomas hooks some bum, I don't know who, and the Chicago Blackhawks go on the power play to end the period and to go into the next period as well. In the first 20 seconds of the second period, Foligno would score from Kurashev and Radish off the rebound. Parayko, I think it was Parayko. I don't remember. I seriously don't remember. I think Parayko kind of let him get behind him, couldn't tie him up. Again, Parayko has been one of the best players on this team throughout the entire season. But you gotta box out these guys. You gotta make it hard. I mean, it was just a simple rebound. You gotta help your goalie out. So far, Bennington, I would say, didn't have a chance on any of these. I'm serious. I may be also, kind of stroking him a little bit, but you gotta help him out. That's not how you help him out, right? So now it is 3-1 in favor of the Chicago Blackhawks. It's not looking good. Rest of the second, or a little bit more in the second period. More back and forth stuff. St. Louis Blues, again, with the Thomas line, they're working, getting chances. They're out there, right? Lines go through. They're generating the momentum for this team. And then the fourth line gets it to Parayko. And Parayko lets this puppy rip. Parayko for his 6th of the year, assisted from Blais and McEachran at 13:29. So about a little over halfway through the second period. This is now a 3-2 hockey game. So the St. Louis Blues are still in it. And then 2 minutes later, the St. Louis Blues take an absolute stinker poopy fart and give up a 2-on-1. This is where the first line was out there. They have a chance. I'm pretty sure is this part. They have a chance. Buchnevich does his little hold it a little bit forward, like a shimmy on the outside or on the inside, and then shoot it. Goes off the pad, no one there. Torrey Krug is coming in. Puck's flying. Krug couldn't get his elbow. This line was already gassed as is. I swear to God, they were out there for probably about a minute and a half. And either way, they were working so hard this shift, they should have been off in 40 seconds. But they were out there for too long. Thomas is trying to skate back. It's a 2-on-1, and Radish passed to Dickinson. Falk, I don't know why he didn't lay down on this one. He should have laid down. Instead, he was an idiot. But, and Dickinson makes this a 4-2 game at 15:54, and it's just like, oh my God. What are we doing, guys? Come on, we have to build off goals and momentum and keep going. So that's the end of the second period. We are down 4-2. So the third period, things are going okay. St. Louis Blues are coming out. St. Louis Blues get a power play, and who scores? Nick Foligno from the other team, from the Chicago Blackhawks. Foligno at 5:16 would score a shorthanded goal. Weak play from Cairo and Thomas, both of them on the power play. I was gonna say penalty kill, but it wasn't a penalty kill. Cairo, I know Foligno is. I'm gonna cut Cairo a little bit of slack there, But Cairo has a stick there, playing him a little soft. Thomas should have read this a little bit better about, Cairo versus Foligno matchup and who's going to win this one, because obviously Foligno is obviously going to win. And Binnington has to poke check this puck. He has to read that too. He's got to make an effort to poke this. He has to. That was something I was actually really irritated about, because now the St. Louis Blues are down 5-2. And at this point, it's just like, oh my God, this game's over. We're idiots. We suck. And this is the exact point where I was sitting there flipping my shit, crying and screaming to the hockey god, saying, why would you do this? And I was just thinking about this post, and I was sitting there, and I was like, oh my God, I can't be so upset over a game. Like, I have to get some sort of positive, like Snuggerud, World Juniors looking really good, and we have 7 prospects in the World Juniors playing right now, and Dvorsky is OHL probably leading goal scorer and has more than a goal per game, right? I was trying to think of some excuse to make me just a little bit happier, but it doesn't matter. 5-2 right now. We're still on the power play, and I swear to God, if anybody watches my videos consistently, maybe Connor Harrison, Jacob Keith, if shout out to you guys if you watch it consistently. But if you go back to different games, one in particular, the Wild game, and I swear to God, probably another few games, the St. Louis Blues are literally given from the hockey God's golden opportunity, and I mean golden opportunities to come back in these games with power plays. Like, we have one of the worst power plays in the league, probably the worst power play in the league. And each game I see, we're down, like, for example, in Minnesota, late in the third period, we're down 2-1 at this point. We get a power play. What happens? We do jack all late in the third to tie this game up, or it's 3-1 to make it a 3-2 game and generate momentum. But, like, these are the opportunities you are given, and the St. Louis team has done absolutely nothing in these opportunities. Nothing. Our power play has been atrocious, and so far it was not too great either this game. But next thing you know, Kevin Hayes with a great no-look pass to Saad down low, and Saad, what a beautiful tip. Beautiful tip. And I kid you not, beautiful tip. Hayes is coming along the right side, kind of around. He's a lefty, so he passes it down the side. Saad to the left of the net just a quick tap. It's just a quick tap. It was a quick pass, a nice little tap, and he just redirects it right past his shoulder. And now it is a 5-3 game with the power play goal. Then a few minutes later, the St. Louis Blues would get another power play goal, and Drew Bannister would say, "You know what? The second unit scored on the power play. Thank God. We gotta send him out again." Second unit goes out there. Justin Falk would rifle this puck, and next thing you know, it's off Jake Neighbors. Jake Neighbors with his 11th goal of the year to make this a 5-4 hockey game on the power play. What do I always say over and over and over again? You give them these golden opportunities on the power play, and they finally make it count. Finally make it count. And Jake Neighbors was hype. He's like, yeah, I'm Jake Neighbors. I'm sick. I'm 20-something years old, and I have 11 goals. You guys are a bunch of bums, right? So Jake Neighbors is hype. The St. Louis Blues make this a 5-4 game, and there's still half of a period left to play. And next thing you know, 23 seconds later, Robert Thomas is on the outside, just using his speed, trying to beat this big defenseman. Just barely gets it across, throws the puck in front of the net. Buchnevich misses it, but who comes out of nowhere? Jordan Kyrou. Jordan Kyrou with a golden opportunity. Shoot this puck. Hits the back of the net. Everyone goes absolutely nuts. I'm going nuts here in Phoenix, Arizona. And we have a tie game. And it's just like, oh my God, that one was Kyrou's 8th of the year, assisted from Thomas and Buchnevich. Like I said in my pregame post on Instagram, someone you need to keep an eye on, and the entire line you need to keep an eye on is the first line, because this is the only line that is really like top tier NHL level. And right now they are hot and sick. And you know what? They were working hard all game, and they really did deserve to get some credit here, because oh my God, they were gross this entire game. Yeah, now the Blues are in it. Now St. Louis wants to win this game in regulation. It's a tie game. They keep coming. The crowd's in it. They keep coming. They're pushing. They want to take the lead. They want to take it. Chances left and right. Nothing goes. The Blackhawks are really clogging the front of the net. They're saying, "Nuh-uh, we are not allowing any dangerous chance." But with about 2.5, maybe 3 minutes left in the period, here comes Justin Falk along the wing in the transition. And he just rifles this puck. It wasn't anything big, blocker side, just trying to get a puck on net. This goalie, Soderblom, just took an absolute fart in the net. And this puck goes in the back of the net. The St. Louis Blues are now winning 6-5, scoring 4 unanswered goals to come back from a 5-2 deficit. And I'm sitting there, I'm like, oh my God, what the hell just happened? Eventually, Chicago Blackhawks have to pull the goalie. And you already know, if there's going to be a difference maker for the Chicago Blackhawks to tie this game up, it's Connor Bedard. And Jordan Kyrou knew this. The Chicago winger is just looking directly at Connor Bedard. Jordan Kyrou reads this. He skates up. Pass comes to Bedard. Kyrou, poke. Mine now. Speed. Just, he could have shot this from center ice. He could have shot from the blue line. He could have shot from the hash marks. No, this guy, this asshole Jordan Kyrou, decides to just skate up and just backhand in the net. Even with the defenseman on it, he could have butchered this. But he said, no, I'm going to shove this guy, I'm going to shove this goal in your guys' face because you're Chicago and we hate you. And the St. Louis Blues win this game 7-5. This is absolutely crazy because I was so pissed also because I took Blues -1.5. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, I'm such an idiot. And now look what happened. It hit. Blues -1.5 for -110 it hit. So, yeah. What a crazy game. First, I would love to talk about the negatives. Second, third, and fourth line, bombs. I'm sorry, Jake Neighbors is really the only guy with skill. I will cut Saad a little bit of slack on this third line because I like it. Kapanen, I'm done cutting slack because he can't finish worth a damn. Seriously, and I mean it. One of my favorite players on the team just because, like, he's got speed. He's got a shot. He's got skill. He's got the hands. I mean, he's so cool. And he can't finish. It's starting to get really frustrating. Saad, I'll cut slack because I didn't know he had 9 goals. And he's playing third line minutes. So, shout out to Saad. And Hazy with a couple of assists tonight. Can't be mad about Hazy, too. I mean, I was really hating on him. And sometimes he could be frustrating. But he's producing. It's good. Jake Neighbors is still in the goal column when he's got 2 bombs on his line of Kapanen and Shen. Shen, I have the biggest complaint about because he's such a potato. He's been a potato, and I hate to say that. I hate to say that. And the fourth line looks not good. But they're grinding. You know, they just get low. They just try and kill time. Another thing, we could have had, I promise you, like 6 other goals if we just had guys in the right spot. There's so many times where we shoot this puck low, and there's like literally like the most dangerous spot the puck could come, like off a rebound. It goes there, and nobody is there. Nobody is going there picking up the rebound. I mean, nobody is in the area, and then Chicago just comes in. They curl around. They get a nice little breakout. And maybe our defenseman pinches, and next thing you know, it's a 2-on-1, which we saw twice for goals today. So, embarrassing. And I was about to flip monkey turds. But, you know what? It's okay. It's okay, because we won. That's really... My only negative is just, like, you gotta be in spots to score goals. I mean, the dirty areas and the rebounds. Yeah, let's just go with that as my negative. And boxing out guys in the D zone. You have to do that too, because I was atrocious. Binnington left out to dry. His stats are now terrible. I thought he was going to win the Vezina at the start of the year because he was so nasty. Now that's my dream is shot. I'm going to cry. Positives. First, I love the shout out Alexei Toropchenko. When we are up, I believe when it was a tie game or it was 6-5, the Chicago Blackhawks had a quick like 3-on-1 chance, and Toropchenko is one of the only dudes back. Buddy lays down, takes a puck straight to the noggin, straight to the face, right under the visor, straight to the face. And like ever since that happened, I said we're winning this game because Toropchenko put his body on the line, and that should be a message to the entire bench saying, dude, let's no more stuff coming our way to Binnington. We got guys laying the body. He wants to win. Let's win for him too, because like Toropchenko save of the game, because that was so nasty. I mean, just a puck to the face. I respect the hell out of that. Oh, I'm so happy. Positives. More positives. Thomas line, like I said, hyping him up. Only line that's a NHL top tier line. I'm being dead serious. They could probably skate with any top NHL line in the league. In the league. I'm talking Rantanen, McKinnon, Landeskog. I'm talking Zibanejad, Panarin, whoever else is on the first line. Sorry, Jacob. I'm talking Aho, Svechnikov, and some other bum who's on the wing. I don't know who. Maybe Michael Bunting if he's still on the team. I'm talking Mitch Marner, maybe not. William Nylander, and Austin Matthews. Like this first line has been grinding and generating so many chances, and it all, I swear to God, almost all of it stems from Robert Thomas and his edge work. I already was stroking him off earlier, but like he's just creating so much time and space, and his passes are so good, so great. He's such a smart player. I'm so glad we took him 22nd, 24th overall in like the 2018-17 draft. I mean, that is such a good pickup. Because that is a future first line center for the next 7 years for the St. Louis Blues. And now we just have to build around that first line if you think about it. I mean, this retool could happen if some things go our way. It's just, I'm so happy that he's on my team. Jordan Kyrou finally lit up. We boo him, and the next thing you know, he said, F you guys, look at me, I'm a goal scorer and a playmaker again, I'm doing all this stuff now, I'm sick again, so haha, joke's on you. And then Pavel Buchnevich has always been a playmaker. I've never really had any big complaints besides the Tampa game when he took 3 penalties. But it's been wow. I mean, what a ride this game was. Like, what a ride. You can tell my energy levels are above, like, a gajillion right now. What a game. What a ride. We absolutely love that. Smokes. That just happened. Oh my god. That just happened. Okay. That's all from me. I'm hitting the 20-minute mark right now, so let me know what you guys think of the video. Let me know what you think of the game. If you feel like complaining more than you do celebrating, feel free. I don't blame you, because the first 45 minutes of this game, or 50 minutes of this game, stinky farts, terrible. But you know, if you feel like celebrating the win, celebrate the win, because that was absolutely massive. Let me know if you like everything. Like, subscribe. I'm lost now. Make sure you go follow the Instagram. That's my main headquarters, so that's at Blue Blog. And follow me on Twitter too, Blue Blog. I'm not really active. I'm trying to get active, but sometimes it's just tough because Twitter kind of stinks. So I appreciate every single one of you for watching this. All 15, 10, 5, 1 person, maybe a million people. I do not know. I appreciate every single one of you, especially some of the homeboys who tune in to support. Thank God. I'm gassed. I'm going to get ready for bed. Enjoy my night. And that's all I got. St. Louis Blues fans, goodbye, good night, and game over. Go Blues, baby.